Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome students once again to the physics class. We were discussing motion in a straight line. Okay? In that we have discussed a lot of the physical quantities. Maybe it is a time, speed, velocity, acceleration, displacement, okay, like that. These are all the physical quantities. And why we brought physical quantities? Physical quantities we brought because we wanted to learn about the motion of the objects. We wanted to learn about the motion of the object. And motion of the object we have to understand means it is not only changing its position from one point to another point with respect to surrounding. So, the time concept is also comes, that is with respect to time it is going to change, and that we have to study means all the other things like mathematical steps which we have to include in physics, so that in detail we can study about the motion of the objects, right? And that we were doing, and for that most of the things like physical quantity we have defined. After that it was for us to define motion mathematically, we chose graph, right? And after that by choosing that graph we wrote different types of graphs. First we wrote about xt graph, that is position time graph. After that we wrote to velocity time graph. Already we have discussed in our classes in our previous videos. What we have to understood is different types of position time graph and velocity time graph we have to write down. Now these are the some of the types of graphs again I have written. So we will discuss in detail. So this graph is nothing but position time graph. Always you are going to write down position along y axis, time along x axis. Position along y axis, time along x axis. Okay, that is position time graph. Here time is goes on increasing, but position is not going to change. Means the board, it is not going to change its position with respect to any of the surrounding, right? It will be remain here only, example. So if you stand somewhere, means you are not going to change your position, maybe or 2 or 3 or 4 hour, means you are at rest there. So object which is at rest, that is nothing but indicates this graph, okay, that is position time graph. Now this is positive acceleration. We already discussed positive acceleration, that is we already discussed slope of the position time graph gives velocity. In our last class we have discussed slope of position time graph gives velocity and slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration, okay, that we have discussed. Now if you consider here how I can find out the slope, I have to write down the tangent. So I have to write down the slope. So what is the slope of position time graph gives? That is velocity v1. Now I have to write down the tangent here at the final point, because object is decreasing its position and increasing like that, okay. Means here it is 8 meters, means first it was at 8 meters, comes down 7, 6, 5, it become again back, goes back. So as for the diagrams, if I show means first you will go somewhere here and come back again to this, or else started from 8, started from 8 meters, 8, come back here and go back, like that it is. So that is what position time graph is here. This is v1, slope it gives. Next slope is nothing but v2. But what is the acceleration? That is v2 minus v1, v2 minus, okay, this slope is minus, it comes, because in this way this line is there, means positive slope, okay, like this line is there means negative slope, okay. So what you are going to get? Positive slope. Here it is positive delta V we are going to get, and after that delta T you are going to get. So delta v by delta t if you do means positive acceleration you are going to get. So by knowing position time graph you have to find out the acceleration, means what you have to do, first velocity you have to find out, final velocity you have to find out, what is the time interval, that is divided by delta t you have to do, and positive acceleration. Similarly if you do means here, okay, here positive slope comes, here negative slope comes, so negative minus negative, total negative it becomes, okay, after the time interval you will get negative acceleration, that is what it is written. So negative acceleration. And zero acceleration means wherever you find v is same, okay, so v minus v divided by delta t which is equal to 0 only, so this is zero acceleration. These are the position time graphs for the object which is at rest, which is in positive acceleration, and some of them it in negative acceleration, and some of them are in zero acceleration, like that. So this is what tells about different types of position time graphs. You have to write down this because these they are going to ask for the examination. So any of the one position time graph they are going to ask for 1 mark, 2 mark, 2 marks they are going to ask any of the two. Now we were discussing about velocity time graph. What is the slope of the velocity time graph gives? Slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration, no? Okay. Now velocity, here acceleration is constant, v, okay, with constant acceleration it is moving, or we can say there is no acceleration itself, means okay, with the constant acceleration some different velocity. Constant velocity means zero acceleration means also I can write down, see, velocity time meter per second. If an object moving with the zero acceleration means object is moving with the constant velocity. Constant velocity means 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second, like that. Velocity will be constant, but there is no acceleration. Acceleration means what? For 1 second it is little less, for next 1 second little more, again 1 second little more, speed velocity is going to increase, means that is accelerating, that is acceleration. Here there is no acceleration, so velocity time graph for zero acceleration is this. Now what is this velocity time graph for constant acceleration? Wherever you find v1, v2, v3 constant you are going to get, okay, means first it is 2 meter per second, next it is 3 meter per second. Wherever you find out the slope, okay, that is the slope. Slope means velocity time graph, acceleration, slope of the velocity time graph, acceleration, constant acceleration you are going to get here, okay, that is the thing. Next, motion of the object, this is positive direction with the negative acceleration, means if I show in the diagram, this was your home and you are moving in the positive direction with the negative acceleration, mean first you are running fast, becoming slower, means this is less final velocity, this is more. So what you are going to get? Less minus more divided by delta t. Less minus more means nothing but negative acceleration, no? Acceleration is negative, okay. And what is this? This is negative direction with the negative acceleration. You are not moving in the right side, you are moving in the left side, and same way fast you are moving, slow, like that it is, okay. Then this is negative direction and changing direction. That graph we can write down in this way, for diagrammatically I can write down. First what you were there, velocity was more, first your velocity was more, okay, large, some value, okay, and after that what happens? It's going to decrease, okay, decreases, you are going to change the position somewhere. At this point you are going to change the position, after that you are changing your direction to the negative direction, in that way, okay. This is diagrammatically we can write down. Some increasing, some more velocity is there, now velocity goes on decreases, it becomes 0, Okay, after that you are at, when it becomes 0, you are changing the direction. You are changing the direction, and after that velocity increases with the negative direction. What I can say? Your large velocity was there, you are running, coming back, you are staying little, velocity becomes 0. After that you will run again in the negative direction, like that. Or else other free fall, that for the free fall we are going to discuss that graph once again. Okay, so these are the directions, or these are the different types of graphs we are going to discuss in velocity time graph, or else it is acceleration time graph. So as of now we have discussed these are the things, that is nothing but position and velocity time graph for different cases we have discussed. Okay, so for the exam they will ask you the definitions. What is the definition of position time graph, what is the definition of velocity time graph, they are going to ask. Okay, that you have to find out. Next I will give you a scenario, so that you have to imagine and you have to tell the answers yourselves. Okay, now if I will going to write down a position time graph. Position means in meters, time means in second. Now 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 second 1 meter, 1 second 1 meter, 1 second 1 meter, 1 second 1 meter, mean this way. Now this is not the case, this is the easiest case, right? Now I am going to write down a case in this way, such a way that it is increasing. Means in 1 second slowly you are increasing the position, in the next second little faster and faster. Means slowly you are taking the step in 1 second, little faster and faster, like that. Position is increasing drastically with respect to time. Okay, now I will ask you, this is 1 second, this is 2 seconds, this is 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. You might have seen a stopwatch, right? If you switch on the stopwatch, what happens? 3 things you can see, or 2 things you can see. That is, here the numbers are running, after that time is running here, no? So as soon as 0 to 100 numbers are goes, 1 second it happens, no? Okay, 1 second it happens. As soon as it will go from 0 to 100 again, it becomes 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. As soon as it completes 60 seconds, here becomes 1 minute, like that, no? Stopwatch. Now what I will do, this second itself is divided into 100 divisions, right? 100 numbers are there. This second is divided into 100 divisions, right? 100 number is there. This second is divided into 100 divisions, right? Now if I ask you what is the velocity, how to find out the velocity? How to find out the velocity? Velocity we have to find out by writing the slope, isn't it? Okay, so the slope of the position time graph gives velocity, right? Now what happens if I ask you what is the velocity at 3 seconds? Can you find out? I can find out the velocity for a time interval, because what we have written, average velocity we have written like this, delta x by delta t, no? So if I write down in the time interval 2 to 4, 2 means here to 1 meter, okay, 4 means somewhere here, that is 1 to 2, 2.5 meters. This is the interval is 4 minus 2 is 2. I can write down the velocity of this 2 to 4 interval, that is nothing but 2.5 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 2, which is nothing but 1.5 by how much? 2. That is nothing but how much? That is 0.75 meter per second I can write down. No, like that you can write down, nearly equal to. But exactly at 3 seconds, exactly I have started the stop clock and the object is running. Now what happened? It is running. Say for example, you are there in this point. Okay. So you are running from here to here. Okay. Now this is 0 second, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5. In 5 seconds you are completing this distance. Now what I have to ask you? I have to ask you, when you reach this 3 second means at a small second, okay, a small instant, no? 3 second means what is the velocity it has gained? Can you find out? No, you can't say, okay. Such velocity we will call it is instantaneous velocity. Now how I can find out? Now we will go for mathematical steps. We will go for instantaneous velocity. We will go for mathematical steps so that to find out. Now how I can write down? I can increase this time interval. I can decrease this time interval. First what I have written time interval 4 and 2. How I can increase? I will make it little less 3.9. I will make it little more 2.1. No, first I have to write down this graph, and after that I have to decrease in such a way that is 3.9, 2.1. No, if you decrease means you are going to divide. No, how you are going to divide? This 2 seconds you are going to divide. So number of equations you are going to write down. First 3.9 minus 2.21 like that. Next you are going to write down how much? 3.8 minus 2.2 like that. You are going to decrease. You will come from this way, you will come from this way. So this time interval is goes on, decreases. So mathematically you have to write down all the equation. Then you will reach to this point. You will to reach this particular point. That particular point is nothing but instantaneous velocity. And how you can define it? How you can say? That is nothing but when did you find that? Okay, when did you find that? That is nothing but this is the limit. No, we have taken. This is the total limit. That limit is going to decrease. The limit of what? Total limit. Total limit is 5 seconds. The total 5 seconds are going to decreases to very small value. No, last finally it reaches to where? 2.9. It reaches to 3.1. 2.9 minus 3.1. This interval you are going to get. No, this interval you are going to get mathematically. Okay, so that we are going to write down instantaneous velocity. This was average velocity. So instantaneous velocity is nothing but V. Average velocity is this. When it was, listen here, instantaneous velocity is nothing but it is the limit of LIM. We are going to write down limit of average velocity. Average velocity, how we are going to write down? Delta x by delta t. When it is, the limit is going to decrease infinitesimally small. That is, time interval goes on, becomes infinitesimally small. That is, definition we can write down. It is the limit of average velocity as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. I can ask you, if I find out the instantaneous velocity or find out the velocity from 5 centimeter, 1 to 5 seconds you can find out. Particularly you were running and you were reaching this point. Okay, now when you reach this particular position, okay, that time it was 3 seconds. I am asking that particular point, at particular point, what is the velocity? Can you find out? No. For that, what you have to do? Total velocity you have to find out, and you have to draw a graph. After that, what you have to do? We have to write down the equations in such a way that you have to decrease this interval, decrease this interval, decrease this interval. Some interval you have to take and decrease. Where you have to decrease? As this delta interval going to become 0. It was becoming very small, where I am going to reach 2.1, 2.22 like that. 3.8, 3.9, 3.8 like that, 3.1. Last it becomes 2.9 minus 3.1. Small it becomes. That is the meaning of that. So this definition is very important for you for the exams. Okay, instantaneous velocity is nothing but it is the limit of average velocity as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. It is the limit of average velocity as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. It is the limit of average velocity as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. Now again, in the same way, this is for instantaneous velocity. If I ask you to write down for instantaneous acceleration, we can write down. Okay, earlier you have to write down this definition. Instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration means, now average acceleration you have to write down. At the place of average acceleration you have to write down. Average acceleration is how much? Delta v by delta t. How you can write down? Instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration, that is nothing but small. It is average. Okay, this is instantaneous. It is the limit of average acceleration. It is the limit of average acceleration as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. Okay, instantaneous acceleration is nothing but it is the limit of average acceleration as the time interval becomes infinitesimally small. This is the definition. So this definition they are going to ask maybe for 1 mark definition they will ask, that is maybe they may ask instantaneous acceleration or they may ask instantaneous velocity. Okay, so for the exams they are going to ask. You just know that what is instantaneous acceleration and what is instantaneous velocity you should know, so that you will you can write down the definitions. And what do you know? The magnitude. What do you mean by magnitude and what do you mean by direction? See, magnitude it means it's just a number. Direction means, see, you are at home, you are moving to college, or you are moving to somewhere here to shopping mall. Okay, shopping mall and college, and it is home. Okay, you are moving with some speed. I am not telling any direction, no. Speed means, okay, you are moving in 20 meter per second speed. Where you are moving? If I say, okay, you are moving 20 meter per second towards college, means particular direction is there. Okay, together if we say means that is direction, or else mathematical how we can write down, it is plus or minus 20 meter per second. So minus 20 meter per second I can make out that, or you are moving to the shopping mall at 20 meter per second because it is minus. Okay, plus 20 meter per second means you are moving to college plus, because this direction is plus, this direction is minus. Okay, how many directions are possible? So this is nothing but a motion of the straight line, no? We were discussing about motion of the straight line. So in motion of the straight line, how many directions are possible? There are 2 directions are possible. Which are those? That is nothing but a direction, positive direction and negative direction. Okay, only 2 directions are possible, that is positive direction and negative direction. Okay, in a motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line means only x axis. Okay, or motion in a straight line means only y axis or only z axis. At a time you are going to take only one axis, that is motion in a straight line. Okay, that is motion in a straight line. Okay, so this is about. So today next we are going to learn about one of the again mathematical formula I can say. Okay, that is very important for us. Okay, that is nothing but area under. So what all the key terms we have studied? That is nothing but slope. Slope of xt graph gives velocity. Slope of vt graph gives acceleration. Now area of vt graph gives displacement. Okay, that is what we have to derive. Okay, derive area under vt graph. Derive. Okay, that is derive the expression for area under vt graph gives displacement. Derive the expression for, okay, derive that area under vt graph gives displacement. I am going to write down a typical vt graph, okay, and which is at constant velocity v meter per second we have to write down, and it is t in seconds we have to write down. This is the time t, means 1 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 3 meter per second, 4 meter per second, 5 meter per second, 6 meter per second. No, so it is 6 meter per second. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Till 11 second it was moving with 6 meter per second, 6 meter per second, 6 meter per second, like that. In 1 second 6 meter per second, second 6 meter per second, third second 6 meter per second, means that object velocity is constant. So that I am going to write down. Consider a graph. Consider a vt graph as shown in the figure, moving with constant velocity v. Okay, in the time interval t. Time interval is t. No, time interval means final minus 0. T minus 0 is, this is O, okay, O point, but it is 0. Okay, t minus 0 is, this is point O, but the point here, it starts from 0, okay. That is like that it is, okay. So in the time interval t, no. So what is the area? So area under vt curve is, that is area under vt curve means how much? This is a rectangle, no, length into breadth. What is length? That is nothing but length into breadth. What is length? Length I can write down t. What is breadth? I can write down v. That is nothing but area, okay. But we know that, okay, this is equation 1. We know that displacement, how we have written? Velocity is equal to displacement by time, no? Okay, displacement is equal to, this it will be here only, t if you bring means what happens? V into t it becomes, no? But we know that for the same time interval, for the same time interval, displacement is how much? Velocity to time. What is the velocity here? Constant velocity. What is the time here? This time interval, no? That is equation 2. So right hand side is same, left hand side must be same, no? Right hand side is same, so left hand side must be same. So from equation 1 and 2, okay, hence from equation 1 and 2, area under VT graph is equal to displacement. Very important question for 3 marks for your board exams. Okay, so they will ask you show that area under VT in different way they can ask. Okay, show that area under VT graph gives displacement. They can ask show that area under VT graph gives displacement. Prove that area under velocity time graph gives displacement. Like that they will ask the question, and you have to do this. Okay, first you have to consider the graph, and after that you have to find out for the constant velocity, and you have to do this derivation. So this is one more derivation where the area under velocity time graph gives displacement, one of the important derivations. Okay, that is the thing. So this is what we were discussing about instantaneous velocity, and area under velocity time graph gives displacement in that way. Okay, so these are nothing but some equations and mathematical steps we should know, so that we can find out many of the things. Okay,
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.